Hello YouTubers, this is Anthony Mwambazi from Antec Technical Services coming back to you with our short series videos of installations and put together stuff. Today I just wanted to show you what I've put together with compliments to Solarwize Africa. We've put together a trolley inverter that's the model GF5224MP with a capacity of 2500 VA. Faithfully will give you 1800 output without a problem, with a PV charger max 40 amps. And here are the specs of the system. It's a Solarwize brand, 2.5 kVA, DC input 24 volts, AC input 190, 245 volts, an output of 220, and will give you a 2.5 kVA output. The thing I like about this unit, it's got a solar breaker on the side of it that you could isolate the solar part. So what we've done is we put together the box that will be housing your carbon graphite batteries, which is a new technology that has a 2500 cycle on that battery. It's still a lead acid battery, but it's a carbon graphite. Just the elements of the chemicals they've put in gives you a bit of a more bigger capacity in terms of discharge and longevity. With this specific inverter, it's got your two plug points out there, and it's also got a little switch there, as you could see, priority PV plus battery, or you could say AC priority. It's got a circuit breaker for overload, and then that's where you plug in your positive negative cables for PV. And it's got a VOC that ranges from 30 volts to 50 volts. So you could safely put in like your 450 watt panels in parallel with a VOC just under 40. You are 37 to 40, you are safe. And it's got a plug point, so a socket that you could plug to AC if you do have power. But if you don't have, you could work with two 450 watt panels recommended. Would be able to charge your batteries efficiently and run some of the properties. And then what we've also done, I've also added it's a 65 amp DC breaker, as you could see, that isolates your battery from the system, or if you try and overload it over and above its capacity, it will definitely trip. And then we've also put a combiner box on the unit, as you could see. I'll try and see if I can get closer. There is a fuse, PV fuses there. We've put a little surge system there, and we've also put an isolating breaker for the combiner box that is pre-wired box from Solarwize. And there is your input from the panels where your MC4 connectors come in. And yeah, pretty much a beautiful little piece of item that can run your plugs related to your TV, fan. You can run your fridge, mini fridge off this. And just depending on your loads, you don't want to load this more than 50% of its capacity. So it will faithfully give you 1.8, 1800 watts. So you want to run loads that are, for argument's sake, say 200, 300 watts. It will run faithfully. It will give you a good whopping 4 to 5 hours at that rate. If you're putting in something like 500, you've only got about 2.5 hours. But for loads such as 250, 300, that would be like your mini bar fridges, or your efficient fridges, your TV, your cell phone chargers, and it will faithfully power up your your house light, and it is a pure sine wave inverter. Well, YouTubers, just wanted to show you this little piece of beast we've put together, and I've just put the batteries outside its box just so you could see how best the batteries would sit in this, and it's a wooden box, by the way. I think it's a pretty nifty system. And well, YouTubers, this is Anthony Mombazi. If you're interested in small systems like this, you could catch us on 082-3427-946, Well, YouTubers, this is Anthony signing off from Antec Technical Services. Enjoy.